let's start by distinguishing two different things here, all right? We got sponsorships and affiliate programs. A sponsorship is an agreement where a company usually pays someone, in this case a streamer, to promote said company's product to their audience. These kind of agreements work best when both parties have an equal value to offer each other. The company has a good product and a budget to compensate the streamer. The streamer has an influence over their audience. And notice I specifically didn't say viewership. There might be two streamers that you watch that have the same viewership, but you view their opinions completely differently. For example, you're probably more likely to buy a mouse that Shroud uses than what I use, but you're probably more likely to use a microphone that I recommend than the one that Shroud uses. That's a difference in influence. An affiliate program is completely different. An affiliate program is when a company wants to accomplish one thing. How do we reach as many people as possible and spend next to nothing? It's like the quantity versus quality approach, you know? There's a reason that in my 3 years on Twitch before I really started seeing any growth, I never joined an affiliate program. But the question is, are there streamers who can benefit from an affiliate program, or is every single person getting completely scammed? Or maybe there's some middle ground there. Welcome back to the Alpha Gaming channel. My name is Harris Heller. I am your stream doctor, and today we're gonna be taking a deep dive into some of these affiliate programs and figuring out if everyone's just getting ripped off. Before we get started on this video, I want to remind you to like, subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoy it, have any questions about what's going on here, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 6 p.m. Pacific time. Feel free to jump into my stream, link down in the description below. And if you missed the last video, I did release a widget for you guys to have amazing custom animations on your stream. It is completely free. You're able to download it. It takes like 10 minutes to set up. Link in the description to that video. Also, it'll be a link at the end of the video, so you know you got that going for it. Maybe put it up in the little corner here too. All the places. That was a lot of fun to make. Go get yourself a free widget on your stream, and then tweet it at me so I can see it. One of the most common questions I've been getting on Twitch lately, especially with the new Razer streamer program being released, is it a good deal for streamers? So we'll be taking a deep dive into those, but first I want to give you a TLDR of how sponsorships go, how they work, because this is something that not a lot of people understand. In that exchange between the company and the streamer, both sides are passing value along to the other side, and both sides are hoping to get a value equal to or greater than the value that they're sending back. And how these terms are negotiated, how this goes, is actually really interesting. If you've never done a sponsorship before, a company will approach a streamer and will say something along the lines of, we would like to offer you this sum of money, let's just make it $1,000 in this case, for you to use our mouse and make a YouTube video about it. We've run the numbers, we know what your reach and your influence is, we think that is a proper evaluation of what that is worth. If you learn nothing from this video, what I'd like you to realize is this is, no matter what their branding is, this is a company. This is a company that is trying to sell stuff. That is their main goal. And so it is their job to get as much out of the streamer for as little money as possible. Essentially, it's their job to devalue the streamer. Oftentimes, that sponsorship with this streamer could actually be worth $3,000, but this company wants to send an initial offer of $1,000 just to see if they'll say yes. And they do that because a lot of streamers will say yes. Not a lot of streamers understand what their value really is. This is why a lot of big streamers will have representation like agents. So the streamer or their agent can come back and say, you're devaluing our streamer. This content is actually worth $4,000. And they will try to do the same thing that the company did. They will try to get as much money out of the company as possible for the same deliverables. They're both doing the same thing to each other. This goes back and forth for a while until they finally settle on $3,000 and both parties feel like they got a good deal. Sometimes companies will get a little sneaky and they'll say things to inexperienced streamers like, hey, what if instead of paying you, we feature you and your picture and your Twitch link front and center on our website, advertising you as a legitimate streamer for our brand. And that newer streamer will feel like, oh my gosh, this big brand is legitimizing me and broadcasting me to everybody that uses their gear. This is gonna give me some serious clout and help me move forward in the industry. Don't fall for that. You know, I'm gonna zoom in. Don't Don't fall for that. When you see names and faces of big streamers on companies like Corsair, the company is not legitimizing those streamers. It's the other way around. Those companies are paying those streamers to allow them to put their faces on there, because putting those streamers' faces on there legitimizes the company. These streamers have spent years communicating with their audience, building trust that a company just isn't able to do. And so all these streamers being on their website is essentially saying, yes, I stand behind this company, I stand behind their products, I use them and I love them, and you should too. So when a company says to you, hey, if you use our gear, put our logo on your screen, use our hashtag, we will put your name and face on our website. 100% of the value is going from you to the company, and you are getting nothing in return. Understanding your value is so important. So let's dive into some of these affiliate programs.
So I took a look at some of the top peripheral companies' affiliate programs, namely Razer, Corsair, HyperX, SteelSeries, and Logitech. The first thing I want to talk about with all these is affiliate links. This is the main deal that every affiliate program offers. All 5 of them across the board offer affiliate links. They give you a banner or an image to throw on your channel somewhere, and when someone clicks that link and buys something, you get a percentage of that income. To small streamers, this can sound like a win-win. You get to show off to people that you are a sponsored, legitimate streamer, and 2, you get to make money when people buy stuff. There are 2 main problems here, and anyone who's been in the industry long enough knows that this is a win all around for the company, and the streamer is getting next to nothing. First off, it's important you know that you will make most likely $5 to $10 a month max. That's it. Just to put this in perspective, I did a really cool brand deal with Fender a while ago. They paid me a couple $1,000s to post some stuff to my Instagram, both on the timeline and in my story. And not only did I receive that standard rate up front, but also if anyone clicked the link and signed up for their guitar program, even the first month free, if they signed up for free, I made a commission off of that. I made $30. I had 55,000 followers on Instagram, and I made $30 off of the commission part. Don't expect to make money off affiliate links. And second of all, when you post these banners on your channel, you are doing far more to advertise them than they are doing to legitimize you. If they can get these banners on a couple thousand affiliates channels, they are advertising to thousands and thousands of people for free. So I wouldn't fully call this a loss to the streamer. I would more call it a nothing. The real loss you've taken here is you've allowed someone to advertise through you for free, and you've just completely devalued yourself. Number 2, a really common perk in almost every affiliate program is % off of product. And this one is scary because it sounds awesome. You just save money, right? No. Usually what this does is it excites the affiliates. They feel like they got accepted into a program. They should deck themselves out with the gear, and they buy a bunch of gear that otherwise they would never have paid for. The company makes a huge product off the affiliates, and you get a ton of product that you didn't need. The only time this is really beneficial to the streamer is if it's a brand with products that they already would have spent the money on, and now they just get a huge discount on it. If that's not you, this can be a huge money trap. After this point, things start to get blurry, so I want to take a deeper dive into 2 of the specific affiliate programs, because 3 of them, namely HyperX, SteelSeries, and Logitech, we've already named off every single thing they've offered. Most of those actually only offer affiliate links. So Razer and Corsair have much more advanced affiliate programs. Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at Corsair's here. They've got a tiered program going on here, which I actually really like. Not just because I like the idea of tiers, but if you look at what the top tier, the tier 1 program is, it looks like that is what their big sponsorship is. And now keep in mind, this is just kind of a guess on the limited information I have, because there is not a lot of information about what affiliates get. That actually worries me a little bit, but it's kind of nice that it shows you this is where you start from at nothing, and this is where you can get up to in every step in between. So it's pretty transparent. It's not like a low ball affiliate program where it's only for small streamers and then they have their larger sponsorships. That lowest tier, tier 4, is exactly what I mentioned, just % off peripherals and affiliate links and a free t-shirt with purchase, which is just turning you into a walking billboard. That's not a value they're giving you. You're giving them, pretty much all of these are you giving them value. But it's a step in the door to start growing up towards higher tiers. The next tier, tier 3, it looks like the only thing they add is a headset sponsorship. And you have to understand, this is what I want you guys to see. There's a reason that that's what they move to next. It's because it is the peripheral that is most visible on stream. It's on the streamer's head. If they give you a mouse, nobody's gonna see it. So it's another way for you to advertise a product, but it looks like it's free, which is a really cool thing for the next step. But that again leads me to the concern, is it doesn't tell you anything about what it takes to get to tier 3. I could still be in tier 4. I have no idea. And I spent a lot of time looking for this. They don't tell you until you sign up, which is a little bit of a red flag for me. Now we make our way up to tier 1 and you get financial sponsorship. So that's where they actually start paying you. You have to get all the way up to tier 1 for them to start paying you. You get full peripheral sponsorship, which they actually give you in tier 2. So they give you, I'm sure that means a mouse, keyboard, and headset, maybe something else. I don't know. If you ever wanted to buy a RAM off them, you get 20%. That's in both of these tiers. Mostly you notice what the top tier gives you that's new is marketing photography, which is what you're seeing up here. If you guys follow Ammunition on Twitter, for example, you'll see that every once in a while she gets a really cool photo shoot and she's showing off her gear. That's what this is talking about. This is clearly the top tier sponsorship that 6 people have. While Corsair's is probably my favorite affiliate program just because it shows you the steps all the way from the very beginning up to the top tier large sponsorship, I do have a concern about it. If you start out in tier 4 and work your way up to the top, you have to recognize that you are essentially signing your tier 1 sponsorship when you are a tier 4 streamer. You are signing your contract here for your sponsorship here. And when you're here, you don't have any negotiating tools. You don't have any representation. You don't have anything to actually negotiate with. You're signing a massive sponsorship when you don't know what you're worth yet. And frankly, your value isn't very high yet. So you're giving them a lot of control over where your sponsorship goes in the future. Make sure that when you sign into something like this, you are not in it for too long of an agreement. You're not in it for more than a 6 months to a year, that you are able to renegotiate things. You're able to leave whenever you want. That way, when you do make it up to tier 1, you can renegotiate as someone with a little bit more power and negotiating tactics. Let's look at Razer's. So it looks like Razer's is open to everybody, which is really cool, but it also means that the value of what they give back is most likely going to be even less because they're opening it up to people with 10 followers, people who don't have any value on their stream yet. They have 3 tiers. The top tier is only 500 followers, which I know for a lot of people, that's a pretty big number. But in terms of Twitch as a whole, that's a lot of people. That's not a very big number, which means that even as you get to the top tier of Razer streamer, almost famous, they're still probably going to be giving you next to nothing. My guess is that people who are in the top tier of Razer are still in the bottom tier of Corsair, which means no one's really getting anything out of this. And it shows with what they're giving back right here. So this one just says anyone can join and it uses a hashtag. This one says they'll be posting a Razer Quest, again, another hashtag, which I assume they're gonna want you to use when you tweet about it or when you do it. You're going to be sharing that on your socials, and then if you do it, you have a shot at winning rewards. So there's no guarantee you'll get anything in return yet. Here it says every month they'll be selecting a group of streamers to host on their official Twitch channel. Again, you have a shot. It's like a lottery of getting anything in return, and frankly, being posted on the Razer Twitch channel probably is going to do next to nothing. And then affiliate links, again, with another hashtag. You notice there are hashtags everywhere, and I'm going to show you why. Oh, they also give you a percentage off something that you shouldn't be using. If you're wondering why you shouldn't be using it, I've done videos on it in the past, or you can ask me on stream. This is where the main red flags were for me. If you go down underneath, right before the submit button, you see what their terms and conditions are. You have to use hashtag Razer streamer in the title of every single stream to even be considered for those rewards that you'll most likely never get. So you're basically handing over your stream to a brand. It's no longer your stream anymore. It's Razer's stream. You have to sign up for their emails. So now you're being used for marketing promotions. And this is the kicker. You have to have at least one Razer piece of hardware, which there are going to be people who sign up for this program and then are required to buy Razer hardware for the chance of maybe winning something in return. And I get that, by the way. I understand why if you're trying to represent Razer, you should have Razer gear. But with how little they're giving you in return, there is a very big chance that hundreds or thousands of streamers are going to sign up for this program, buy something from Razer, and never get anything back. I started this video not planning on getting like super negative about something, but I would recommend that absolutely nobody sign up for this program. I just see way too much value asked of the streamers and almost nothing given in return.
So picking these apart, are any of these programs great? Of course not. They can't be. That's the point. These programs are catered around what they're able to give back to thousands of very, very small streamers who haven't been able to build up their value yet to give something in return to the company. And the way they attract these streamers is by appealing to the emotional side of streamers. You have a lot of streamers who are desperate for validation, are desperate to feel like they're making progress, that someone acknowledges them. And when a big brand says, hey, we want you to be a part of our program, it feels good. You can't let that sway you. You have to recognize that even though it feels good, you're not getting anything out of this relationship. It's like when the popular girl in high school starts hanging out with you because she knows your parents have money. You don't want to be there. Just say no. You don't want any of that. Get out of there. You don't want it. There are two main situations where there is value that can be given to the streamer. Number one, if you're a huge fan of the brand, you know it's who you're going to want to work with, and you're trying to get your foot in the door early and build a relationship, fine. Just know you are going to be taking a loss for a little bit. But companies do love building relationships with smaller streamers and growing together. So keep that in mind. Or two, if you're just looking for the learning experience of what sponsorships look like, how contracts work negotiating, it's better if you make a mistake early on with a small contract like this than wait until you have 5,000 viewers and you make a mistake like someone else did and you lose 80% of all your money. You don't want that. So if you want to get your feet wet, expect that to be the only thing you get back from here. And if you want big paying sponsorships, my advice to you is this: stop trying to get them. Focus on your value, focus on your content, focus on your influence. It will come if you focus on the right thing. A lot of people ask me, how do I know when I'm ready for sponsorships? How do I know when I'm big enough for a good sponsorship? And the answer is, they'll start reaching out to you. If you have any questions on any of this, feel free to jump into my stream. Again, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Link to my stream down in the description below. Or if you want to talk about other members of an amazing community about something like this, feel free to jump in the Discord, discord.gg/alphagaming. Link to that in the description below. And as always, happy streaming.